Today I'm going to show you a super flavorful noodle dish that can be made in about 15 minutes and contains 55 grams of protein. First off, let's talk about the noodles. The most common choice here is Chow noodles. They are dry, have a yellow color, and you can find them in most Asian groceries. The macros are typical for noodles with 350 calories and 15 grams of protein per 100 grams of noodles. Another noodle choice can be udon noodles. These are thicker pre-cooked noodles that only need 3 minutes in hot water and they are ready. They are chewy and absolutely delicious. I love these noodles. They also come in 200 gram serving sizes, which is pretty convenient. I will use the Chow noodles this time. Typically, I try to add around 200 calories worth of carbohydrates to a dish, which is about 60 grams of dry noodles in this case. Just break them up and add them to a pot until you reach 60 grams, then add a pinch of salt and then cover the noodles with water until they are fully submerged. So put them on the stove on high heat and wait until the water starts to simmer, which should happen in 1 to 2 minutes. This is when you can use your tongs to loosen up the noodles so they don't stick together. Let the noodles simmer for about 3 minutes until they are soft but still have some chew. As soon as they are cooked through, drain them in a colander and let them sit in the sink. Now, because 200 calories worth of noodles is not a lot of food, you will need a ton of additional vegetables to fill up the volume. Perfect with this dish are crunchy vegetables like cabbage, onion, bell peppers, carrots or asparagus, which provide the perfect texture in combination with the noodles. I'm going with 1 red bell pepper, 1 onion and 150 grams of asparagus. I will give the onion a rough chop, no need to finely dice here, then cut the asparagus into bite-sized pieces as well, and lastly cut the red bell pepper into planks, turn them and then cut again into bite-sized pieces. This massive board of vegetables has only 100 calories, which is insanely low for this amount of food. Next, for the protein source, I'm going to use a chicken breast that weighs 180 grams. You can also use a chicken thigh for this recipe, as long as you remove the skin where most of the fat is stored, or you can add whole eggs as well. 3 eggs will add about 220 calories and 18 grams of protein. That's the beauty of this dish, it works with a lot of different protein sources. The chicken breast will be cut into thin pieces about 1 centimeter, and what I also like doing is to cut the longer strips in half so they are roughly the same size as the vegetables that I cut before. Next is the most important part, and it's the sauce. Put a glass on a scale and then start with soy sauce. This will add salt and a ton of umami flavor. 20 grams goes into the glass, followed up by oyster sauce. This doesn't taste like oyster but rather like a deeper and stronger soy sauce. It's also super thick and has a ton of flavor. 20 grams goes into the glass as well. Then add 10 grams of honey for some sweetness, and lastly a tiny bit of cornstarch. Just a little bit here. This will thicken up the sauce and give it a syrup-like consistency, and will also make the sauce stick to the noodles and the vegetables. Give this a stir and then let's get cooking, but before that let me thank the sponsor of today's video, Momentours. Momentours makes supplements such as creatine and a sleep supplement that are made with high quality ingredients and no fillers. Every Momentours product is manufactured in a facility that is certified and audited by the NSF, the world's foremost product testing organization. Getting a good night's sleep is something that is becoming more and more important for me the older I get. The amount of quality sleep I get makes a huge difference in energy and mood during the day, so I've been taking the sleep supplement from Momentours for a couple of weeks now to help me sleep better. A sleep pouch contains magnesium L-threonate that helps aid cognitive function, L-theanine that supports calming the nervous system, and arpiganine that can help overall neuronal activity in the forebrain. I just take the pill 30 minutes before going to sleep, and it not only helps me fall asleep faster, but also helps me stay asleep during the night. So if you want to give Momentours supplements a try, head over to their website and use the code Felu for 15% off your Momentours order. Thanks Momentours. So add a bit of oil to a pan on medium heat and start with all of the vegetables. Add a small pinch of salt, not too much here because the sauce is already salty, and now give the vegetables a stir every once in a while and saute them for about 5 to 6 minutes. The goal here is to slowly let them become translucent and then caramelize and get some brown spots, which will add a ton of flavor. Once they have some color and are soft, you can push all of the vegetables to the side of the pan, add another bit of oil and then go in with the chicken. Spread them around so the meat gets in contact with the pan for maximum browning, and then add freshly ground black pepper and about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. You can also add some cayenne pepper or paprika here, that's up to you. Now let the chicken breast sit there for about 1 minute, and as soon as they have developed some color, immediately flip and let the other side get some color as well. The chicken is cut super thin, so they will be cooked through in no time. After the chicken has been in the pan for 2 minutes in total, give everything a good stir and now add the cooked noodles and drizzle all of the sauce on top. Then go in with your tongs and mix everything until all of the food is covered with the sauce. We will also see that the noodles will become a bit darker in color. That is from the sauce that is sticking to the noodles. This is absolutely beautiful and the smell is incredible. I have this dish 5 times in the last 8 days. It tastes absolutely delicious. This entire pan of food comes in at 653 calories, 83 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 55 grams of protein. If you like this recipe, you need to check out my cookbook with over 200 low-calorie, high-protein recipes that will help you lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life. Buy it once and get every recipe update for free. The link is in the description.